We're travelling between two of Malaysia's most popular destinations, the island of Penang and the capital of Kuala Lumpur. And while most people fly this route, we're doing it very differently.
Good morning, the sun's just rising here over Penang, but sadly it's our last day here as we're moving on to our next destination.
Yep, we're heading south. We're travelling from Penang down to Kuala Lumpur and we're travelling by train. But first, we have to get across to the mainland because Penang is an island. So we're off now, we just packed our bags and we're heading off to the ferry terminal.
Let's go.
We've just spent an amazing few days in Penang, one of Malaysia's most culturally rich and historic cities. And now we're heading to the mainland. The ferry terminal sits in Penang's Old Town, right beside the famous Chu Jetty.
Breakfast? Cashless payments, here we go.
It was early on a Sunday morning, so we were definitely in need of a caffeine hit. Luckily, there was a coffee vending machine right at the terminal, and it was surprisingly good.
That was super easy getting on, it was cashless, so all we had to do was tap our debit card and we were able to get onto the ferry, so very painless. And these ferries, it's Sunday today, so the ferries leave every 30 minutes. It's 8:30 in the morning at the moment.
The ferry only costs 2 ringgit, less than $1, and the 3-kilometre crossing takes under 15 minutes. It's actually about twice as fast as driving, so as long as the weather is good, it's a pretty easy choice.
So Penang is the island, but the mainland side is called Butterworth, and that's where we're going to catch the train from, to go down to KL.
So everyone's really helpful here. Oh, hang on, here's our lift. Oh no. Alright. Oh, it's warm in here. Alright, here we go. Okay. The train station is on the level up. So if you come off the ferry, come down to the lifts, get a lift up to the level 1, and that's where the train station is. But everyone is very, very helpful here. So if you don't know where to go, just ask someone. They all speak amazing English and they're all really, really helpful and friendly.
It's actually really handy that the train station is in the same terminal as the ferry stop. So you just need to get off the ferry, go up the lift, then you're at the train station. It's actually a bit further than I thought to get to the train station because of doing renovations. People are pointing out the way to get there. It's well signposted, so I think we found it now. Butterworth, yeah.
Even with the slight detour, the train station is right next to the ferry terminal, and the walk only takes a few minutes. This is Malaysia's ETS, a modern, fully electric high-speed train that connects the country's west coast, from the Thai border in the north all the way down to Johor Bahru, near the Singapore border. Our first impression of the carriage is that it's very modern and spacious. Seats are laid out 2 by 2 with overhead racks for small bags and space for larger luggage at the end of the carriage. And most importantly, it's fully air conditioned.
So a quick reset, we're on the train now, about to leave from Butterworth at Penang to Ipoh. We're on a Platinum service, which is the fast service, it doesn't make many stops. And then at Ipoh we'll be changing trains and we'll be going on their Gold service, which from what I understand is pretty much the same train, just makes more stops. And we'll be catching that from Ipoh to KL, Kuala Lumpur. But just so you know, we're actually going to be taking some time in Ipoh. We'll be spending a couple of days in having a look around Ipoh and the Cameron Highlands, and then we'll be hopping back on the train. But as far as this vlog is concerned, it'll be seamless. We'll be getting off at Ipoh and then jumping back on the next service. But the train's about to leave now. They're blowing their whistles.
Oh, that's very pleasant.
So let's go.
The seats on board the ETS are exactly what you'd expect from a modern train. Firm but comfortable with a reclining back, a pull-up armrest and a sturdy tray table that folds down from the seat in front. You've got hooks for bags or a coat, a footrest with plenty of legroom and a seatback pocket for things like a drink or your phone. And there's even a power point under the seat to charge your devices. The ETS trains have 6 carriages and the toilets are clean and surprisingly spacious. One of the middle carriages, Carriage C, has a small cafe serving snacks, drinks and a range of pre-packaged meals that can be heated up on board. Unfortunately, none of these were gluten-free for Lydia, so it was a good thing that we'd picked up some snacks at the ferry terminal. With a top speed of around 140 kilometres an hour, the ETS can get you from Penang to Kuala Lumpur in about 4 hours, usually faster than driving. And because it's city centre to city centre, you avoid the airport completely. It's one of Malaysia's busiest air routes, but with airport transports and waiting, the train can be just as fast, if not faster.
Welcome to Ipoh. So that was a nice easy train ride. It took about an hour and a half, I suppose.
Closer to 2 hours.
Close to 2 hours. It went very quick.
It did go very quickly.
We took some little snacks with us and had them on board, but you could buy some little snacks at a coffee shop there. There was a bathroom on board. The seats were very comfortable. They had a little tray table and a footrest. You could recline. So it pretty much had everything you needed.
There was Wi-Fi and there was power points. So it tops the Australian regional trains that we've been on recently.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, all in all, it's a good way to travel, and it was very seamless. A lot safer, I think, than going in a car.
I think so.
Yeah.
But we're only halfway on our journey to Kuala Lumpur, so we will pause now and we will see you for the second half.
Welcome back to Ipoh. We've had a great couple of days here in Ipoh and the Cameron Highlands.
Yeah, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on upcoming episodes. But for now, we're jumping back on the train, and this time a gold class train, for the remainder of the journey down to Kuala Lumpur.
So let's go before we miss the train.
Yes. Well, first impressions of the gold class is it's fairly similar. The seats are, I guess, just as comfortable, I think, as the platinum. But the seat backs, the little pockets to put your phone and drinks in, they're much more narrow, so you can't put a drink in there, which is very frustrating. But they've all got tray tables, and we've got power and Wi-Fi, and we've also got a cafe in our car here. We're in car C. That's the buffet car.
I've got our snacks sorted. I've got my salted cashew nuts, coffee in a can,
Coffee in a can.
and I had these in my bag. These are dried strawberries.
Oh, that's what we got. So, coming up, we will be visiting the Cameron Highlands, and we're going to a strawberry plantation, and we've got these dried strawberries, which we've never seen before, but they're a great little snack.
Yummy. They're just like a lolly. Delicious. That's all they are, just dried strawberries. And they were how much? They were like 30 ringgits.
30 ringgits for a big...
Which is what? That's
$12 Australian.
About $8 US, I suppose. These are the bomb.
They're a great train snack.
Yum.
Ipoh is a little bit closer to Penang than it is to KL, so the train takes a little bit longer. It's about 2.5 hours to Kuala Lumpur, and the distance is about an extra 45 kilometres. The Gold class makes many more stops than the Platinum class does, so we should arrive in about 2:30 in the afternoon.
Next station, Kuala Lumpur. If you are approaching your destination station, kindly ensure that none of your belongings are left on.
We've just pulled into Kuala Lumpur station, but we're not getting off because it's quite confusing. Kuala Lumpur is not the main transport hub here in KL. We have to go one more stop to KL Central. So if you're travelling by train to Kuala Lumpur, don't get off at Kuala Lumpur station.
Good tip. But also another tip, bring a wrap or something, because it's freezing in here. It's so hot outside, and it's like the windows are frosting up because it's so cold in here. So I've just got a little wrap to throw in the shoulders because it's cold.
But it's good that there is air conditioning.
Oh yeah, I'd be whinging a bit too hot. But yeah, just a tip.
We booked our train tickets online through the KTMB website, and it was really straightforward. You just select your origin, destination and date, pick your desired service, and then choose your seats. Prices from Butterworth to KL Central were 92 ringgit on the Gold service or 106 ringgit on the faster Platinum train. So it's not just convenient and comfortable, it's also very affordable.
Well, this is KL Central. It's the main transport hub. It's where all the main trains come in, plus all the commuter trains and the buses.
Busy station,
Yeah.
I think it's a very busy station, but it's a great way to travel. It's an easy way to travel. You can
train,
read a
yeah.
book or catch up on your communication from home if you've got a handy eSIM. And it's just relaxing. Bring some snacks. You can buy a coffee on board. And just relax until you get here. The time goes really quick.
It was quite comfortable, actually, the trains. The seats were, I wouldn't want to sleep on them, but for 4.5 hours, then it's perfect. There's no problems
easy
at all.
way to travel, very easy. Highly recommend it. So that wraps up our train journey. Our next video will be about Ipoh.
Which is a great little spot. It's got cave temples, it's got colonial architecture and some yummy food.
So stick around, and we hope you will like and subscribe to our videos, but we hope to see you again roving with us again soon.
Bye for now.